You don't want to teach your kids what to think. You want to teach them how to think. The process of thinking is actually the process of asking questions. And questions do two things. They stimulate responses and they guide the focus of whoever is involved in those questions, whether the asker or the askee. And if you're not getting good answers or any answers at all, you need to ask different or better questions. Now, how many times have your kids come to you with a question about their homework? Or how many times have they come to you and asked questions about what to do in a particular situation? And of those times, how many times have you told them the answers? This brings us to secret number 7 to empower kids and awaken the child in you. Let your kids think for themselves. The way to do this is when a kid asks you a question, help them by responding with a question that stimulates them to find the answer rather than just you telling them the answer. In other words, ask them a question about their question. And remember, the person who asks the question controls the focus of the conversation. So what this does is it focuses the child on finding his or her own resources and answer to a problem rather than focusing on you to be their answer. Another way to do this is asking kids, what do you think? Most commonly, you'll get the response, I don't know, which is kids speak for I don't know. When you pose the what do you think question, you'll find that one of two things will happen. The way the brain works is it takes the phrase I don't know as the statement that it is. It takes it as a command. And what this does is it gives the brain permission to shut down and to not know. Instead of going back and looking into its vast storage vault of information that our brain has, it simply accepts it as a command not to know. Your brain doesn't even bother to go look for an answer on the subject. The best response to that, to the I don't know, is to say, I'm not asking what you know, I'm asking what you think. And explain to your child how they can never be wrong in what they think. What they think may or may not be true, but it cannot be wrong. The response might not be the correct answer to their question, but it's the correct answer to what they think. Go back to, remember secret number 3, that wrong means right. So if your child still says that he or she doesn't know, then one of two things is happening. Either he or she is being really lazy and just doesn't want to be bothered, or he or she really doesn't have a thought. And if that's the case, the best way to stimulate thought is, guess what? Ask another question. We don't want our kids' brains to shut down. That means that I don't know is never an acceptable answer. If they still respond that way, it's time to break out the master key to unlock the brain. And when they say I don't know, is to redirect them by saying, I know you don't know, and that's okay. But if you did know, what would the answer be? That reframes the question. And you'll be amazed at the answers, usually correct, that you'll get when you enable their brains to look for the information that they already have. This is because the questions are focusing on the thought. The final tool to use with your kids dealing with this problem solving is having them ask the question, what do you know about a particular problem? This takes the focus off of finding the entire answer and focuses it simply on filling in the gaps of what they don't know and allows them to make progress. Remember, better questions make for better answers. So if you find our videos valuable, follow me and I Am for Kids across all of our social media platforms. And always remember, be great.